Opening an IRA and funding it each year is a powerful way to build tax-advantaged wealth. In this video, we'll discuss what an IRA is, the different types of IRAs that are available to you, and how to maximize the effectiveness of your contributions. Before that, if you're new to the channel, welcome. My name's Jeff Teeples, and here we aim to grow your wealth with simple, time-tested solutions. And if you enjoy videos like this one, please do me a huge favor and hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't already, and tell a friend. It helps get the channel out there, and I really do appreciate you. All right, let's do this thing. What is an IRA? An IRA is an individual retirement account. IRAs are long-term investment accounts that benefit from tax advantages. I will be covering the traditional IRA and the Roth IRA. These are the two most common types of individual retirement accounts. Unlike a 401k plan that is only available through an employer, an IRA can be opened by anyone. You can open an IRA at your online broker of choice. I personally have a traditional IRA and a Roth IRA opened in E-Trade. And when you retire or leave a job, you can roll over your 401k into your IRA. This typically gives you full control of your investment options that you put the money into, and it has lower fees than most 401k plans. But when you roll over your IRA, you got to be careful to make sure that it is a like account. So if you have a traditional 401k at work, you need to open a traditional IRA. If you have a Roth 401k at work, you'll need to open a Roth 401k, and so on and so forth. Traditional IRA versus Roth IRA. Let's start with the traditional IRA. The contributions that you make are typically tax deductible. So if you were to put in $6,500 into your traditional IRA, your taxable income would be lowered by $6,500 for the current year. This is a tremendous benefit to people that make a lot of money now, which puts them in a higher tax bracket. So generally speaking, they will be in a lower tax bracket when they have full control of their income in retirement. The money you take out, including the pre-tax contributions, the price appreciation, and any dividends paid, will be taxed at your ordinary income rate in the year that you take the money out. This tax rate is usually a lot less than your prime earning years. Roth contributions are not tax deductible in the year that the contribution is made. You'll pay taxes at your marginal tax rate. And marginal tax rate is just another way of saying the tax bracket that you fall in. The money you take out of your Roth IRA in a future year is completely tax-free. You won't pay taxes on the contributions, the price appreciation, or the dividends paid throughout the lifetime of the investment on the year that you take it out in the future. You've already covered those taxes when you contributed it the initial year. Another advantage of Roth IRAs is that there are no required minimum distributions. With a traditional IRA, you are required to start removing money from the account at the age of 73. As of 2023, that's the rule. And with the Roth IRA, you don't have to do that. You never have to remove the money from the account. Contribution and income limits. You can contribute up to $6,500 to your IRAs in 2023. And if you're 50, or you'll turn 50 in that calendar year, you can contribute an additional $1,000 for a total of $7,500. Now, something that's often misunderstood is that the contribution limit of $6,500 is spread across all of your IRAs. So you can put $3,000 into your traditional IRA and $3,500 into your Roth IRA, but you are unable to put $6,500 in both IRAs in a calendar year. You'd have to choose one or the other, or a combination of the two. And that limit is $6,500 across all IRA accounts, regardless of where they are. So if you have a traditional IRA in E-Trade and one in Fidelity, and then a Roth IRA in M1 Finance, you can only do a total of $6,500 across all of your IRAs in 2023. A very important side note that there seems to be a lot of confusion about is that you are able to maximize your 401k contributions and your IRA contributions in the same year. So you could do in 2023, for example, if you're under 50, you could do the full $6,500 into your IRAs, and you can also put the full $22,500 into your 401k plan. And any employer contribution is not included in that. So these are strictly your dollars. You can do the full 22.5 and the full 6.5. A traditional IRA does not have an income limit. So anyone at any income level can invest the full $65 or $7,500 for 2023, depending on your age. Now, a traditional IRA does potentially have a tax deduction limit if you or your spouse contributes to a 401k plan. Let's hop over to a screen share now to discuss the deduction limit in further detail. This table will explain the income limits for traditional IRAs based on the 401k situation. So for someone single or head of household and being covered by a work retirement plan, if they make over $83,000, no deduction for that traditional IRA. Married filing jointly and covered by a retirement plan, $136,000 of income or higher will mean no deduction for the traditional IRA. And then married filing jointly with the spouse being covered by the retirement plan, $228,000 or more of income means no deduction from the traditional IRA. And then married filing separately, you or spouse covered by the retirement plan at work, $10,000 or more of income means no deduction. Roth IRAs don't have any of the deduction limit because everything is taxed in the current year. However, they do have income limits. Let's hop back over to my screen to discuss that in further detail. Okay, this table will display the Roth IRA income limits. For 2023 income range, if you're single, head of household, or married filing separately, and you make $153,000 a year or more, you cannot contribute to a Roth IRA. Now, if you're married filing jointly, if you make $228,000 or more, no contribution is allowed. If you're married filing separately and you have $10,000 or more of income, no contribution is allowed. Prioritizing Roth versus traditional contributions. The primary factor when deciding between traditional or Roth contributions will be your marginal tax rate now, this current year you're going to make the decision, versus your future tax rate in the year that you plan to withdraw the money. This is assuming you don't plan to dip into your IRA account until you're 59 and a half years of age or older. And that's a very wise decision. You want to allow the compound effect to build this tax advantage wealth over many years. However, life does happen, and if you absolutely need to dip into your IRA before the age of 60, Roth IRA contributions can be taken penalty-free. Now, any growth that happened on the money will have a tax penalty of 10%, but say you put in $6,500 and it grew to $7,500 over a year, you can take out that original $6,500 contribution penalty-free. You just can't touch that extra $1,000 unless you want to pay the penalty. Now, if you dip into your traditional IRA early, you will pay a 10% penalty on all dollars you take out, regardless of if it was a contribution, growth, or a dividend paid. And in addition to the 10% penalty, you will also pay at your marginal tax rate, your ordinary income rate, for the current tax year. So if you're in your prime earning years, this is a major hit to pay at anywhere from 22 to 37% in addition to the 10% penalty. So if at all possible, you really want to set it and forget it, really for both types of IRAs, but especially for the traditional IRA. Let's go back over to my screen and take a look at the 2023 tax tables to decide what type of contributions make sense for you. These are the 2023 tax brackets. On the left side, you'll see the tax brackets for single filers, and on the right side of the screen, you'll see the tax bracket for married filing jointly. For the numbers that I say out loud here, I'm just going to focus on the right side of the screen, but just know that it's the same concept by percentage for either bracket. If you're in the 10 to 12% tax bracket, meaning you and your spouse make $89,450,000 a year or less, you'll want to take advantage of the Roth IRA. You pay the low tax rate now and let that money grow tax-free forever and take it out in any future year. Now, if you find yourself in the 32 to 37% tax bracket, meaning you make $364,201 or higher, you'll want to strongly consider the traditional IRA. Defer those taxes, kick them down the road, and when you take the money out in retirement and you have full control of your income bracket, you will very likely be in the 10 to 12%, 22% at the highest tax bracket. Now, the percentages could vary. They always change slowly over the years, but they should be roughly the same. And if you're higher than the 22% tax bracket, none of this really matters anyway. Trust me, you're looking good. Now, where the great debate is people in the 22 to 24% tax bracket range. That's a joint income of $89,451 to $364,200. This is where my wife and I fall, and I'm an advocate of the traditional IRA. I would rather kick the taxes down the road, and I think that when we retire, we will be able to control our income flow to stay in what is now the 10 to 12% tax bracket. But there are varying opinions for the 22 to 24% range, so pick your poison based on what you believe will happen in the future. Selecting your investments. Now that you've made your contributions, it's time to select your investments within the IRA account. Now, unlike your 401k account, which has very limited investing options, most IRAs have access to thousands of mutual funds, ETFs, equities on the market, individual stocks, and really anything that you can invest in a taxable account will typically also be available in an IRA at an online broker. And this is one of the reasons that when you do change a job or when you retire, it's often a great idea to roll over that 401k to the like IRA account, because it gives you full control of what you invest in, and it gets rid of any shared fees that most 401k plans have. Generally speaking, with most online brokers these days, you'll have zero fees besides a very small expense ratio for the individual ETFs that you end up selecting. If you're new to investing, I would highly recommend the Vanguard S&P 500 ETF, ticker symbol VOO or VOO, as your core holding. This is what the experts and investors in general refer to when they're saying the market. Like, everyone out there is trying to beat the market. And over any 10 to 20 year stretch, a very, very, very small percent of actively managed funds or portfolio managers ultimately outperform the S&P 500. When you buy VOO, you get a little slice of 500 of the largest companies in the United States. And the beauty is, VOO will automatically passively manage which companies are involved in the index. So when companies go bankrupt or stop producing and fall out of the S&P 500, and the new heroes like the Tesla a couple years ago and those types of companies make their way in to the index, VOO will automatically manage that for you. Since you have full control of your investments within your IRA, if you would like to build a portfolio that is beat the market, beat VOO, each of the last 10 years, check out this video right here. Or if you would like to see some more detailed information about the 401k plans that I keep referring to, check out this video here. Thank you so much for watching. Have a wonderful rest of your day, and I will see you in next week's video. Peace.